Episode 4 of the Goblin and the Ghoul. Welcome everybody to the show. My name is Thomas, aka Young Gas Station. I'm joined here with my co-host Eli, Zach, and our good friend. First time on the pod. You might know him as a rancher down the street. I'd like to introduce our good friend Matt. Matt, how you doing today?
Doing very good. How are you?
Bro, I'm really glad to have you on the show. You were one of the first people I thought of when I thought of potential characters in our life that we could get some of your stories recorded for the people to listen to and just shoot the shit. Why don't you give
let
a
me
little...
say that shirt is fire, dude. Team Carmella all the way.
Yeah, baby. Thank you to Henry Herring for giving me this shirt.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, I really wanted to ask you about your kind of transition to this farmer lifestyle that you now live. Like, seeing the transition over the years has been interesting, but why don't you tell, our listeners a little bit about what you do and how you became a world famous rancher?
Well, whenever I was a kid, I had friends who were involved in farming or ranching or animal agriculture. And they gave me opportunities to be involved with 4-H, and that was sort of where it all began. I did that. I did chickens for 1 year and cows for 2 years, and then just basically went away from that and into sports. And it's always something that I wanted to return to, and I'm just kind of in a position to do that at this time, I guess.
Dope, bro. That's freaking sick.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you did it when you were a kid. You also did it when you were a kid, just for like a couple of years?
Do you know Reese Clark, any of you guys?
No.
He went to Marlin for a little bit, and he had chickens, and I got some too, and we did that 1 year, and then the Wimmer family had a cattle farm, and so I got 2 steers in 2 years, and did that with them.
Can you walk us through?
2 years.
Monroe County born and bred, grand champ.
Oh shit.
How do they evaluate the animals? Like, how do you evaluate a chicken at a fair versus?
Probably by breed specification and like class. There's different classes of animals from different regions of the world, and they all have like a breed standard.
Okay.
And I think the bar is like pretty low with the chicken club, I mean, it's like you're ordering them from like a ginormous hatchery. So it's like, is there really like much showmanship to it, I guess? You just kind of get a chicken and grow it up and put it in a cage.
All right, dude. I want to know like who's in charge of making the chicken standard book. Is it a book? Is it a collection of judges? Do you know?
I think it's something like that.
Is there an annual conference where they break down chicken breed fair protocol, you think?
That's a good question. I think that it would probably be something that over the years, it's they've compiled descriptors and definitions and specifications, per breed, and then the judge is kind of like looking at the animal and comparing it to what it's supposed to be like, and then judging from there.
Got it. Makes sense.
I imagine Boomer would do pretty good one of those shows. He's got some girth on him.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to think that is an interesting thing, because like, the standard for chicken, I guess, judging chickens, is it the same as it was in 1970? Like the exact same standard? No, the shit's got to evolve over the years, right? I would be
different
curious.
Birds in the game.
Yeah, I would be curious to see kind of what goes into those changes. Any scandals in that world?
Yes,
that's.
Are they taking bribes at the local 4-H fair? I really hope so.
Yeah, like the chicken equivalent of HGH. Like, what goes on more steroids? Is it in 4-H and showing animals, or the Olympics?
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But more so with like the cows, there's more of a judgment element to it, because they're like actually seeing you like bring the animal in and move them, and they can like look at its structure, its legs. Are they like straight, or are they like knocked in, knock-kneed? Is it moving smoothly, or is it like, got a hitch in its gait or whatever? Is its back straight, or is it like sloped, or is it,
is it deformed?
Yeah. We're scoping out any deformities and abnormalities.
Oh man.
Interesting. So there's a little bit of showmanship with the cows, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so there is a separate category called showmanship, wherein you like ask questions and you have to like demonstrate your knowledge, and that's like a separate competition from the animal themselves.
Okay.
No, Matt, I know you share a lot of information on social media regarding farming, and I feel like you combat a lot of the misinformation from maybe the society as a whole. What do you think are the biggest kind of political struggles in the animal kind of farming industry right now that you think more people need to know about?
I'm sure Eli is a little bit in on this too. I've heard some of the things he said in the first 2 podcasts about his experience with the chickens.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything about Matt's opinions, so this is also funny.
But I think if I had to put my finger on one thing that I think is like the biggest delusion, would be there's such a fixation on the damage to the environment by way of like diesel engines and such. You know, all the diesel for the tractors to farm all the cornfields that feed the cows. If we were to be not doing that, we would be mass producing some other form of protein source for the vegetarian consumers, and it would require just as many tractors, most likely.
Yeah. And isn't just monocrop farming with a lot of those other sorts of proteins? And again, I have no idea what I'm talking about with all this shit, but I know that that's one thing that just gets like vastly ignored by often the group that's criticizing the impact of traditional farms. Like, isn't monocrop farming for a lot of like soybeans, like different seed oils and shit like that? Isn't it like really bad for the environment too?
Definitely in multiple ways it can be. There's soil factors. I mean, if they're spraying things on the plants, that stuff's going into the soil. And with the monocrop agriculture, typically the one problem they have is like soil erosion and runoff into waterways. There are things, I'm not really on the crop side of things, but there are things that more like woke farmers are doing to like combat that and like retain their soil and not have that leaching into the systems and such, you know?
Retaining their seed, you might say. I know someone I could call about that if I need any information.
Yeah, that's true. We do. We got a
fertility.
You might need to get him on the podcast.
Dude,
I might need to get our common friend on the podcast and talk about some shit.
We might get a little problematic with this one, but I think if you went with him for the next one, you guys would go full send.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, it would be good content though. I also I like not saying the name, like we can just kind of tease it.
Yeah, stay tuned.
People listening might know, they might not.
Let's just say if you know, and we'll keep it at that.
Yeah.
Now, guys, I just wanted to kind of bring maybe a little bit of a concrete critter of the week early in the podcast. What do you think?
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so it was Tuesday night. I was out with a buddy getting some food, some grub, and it was at a Mexican joint where, quote unquote, you don't pay so much, huh? Come on. Peso. Yeah, but hey, it's what they do. So I was not paying so much. I got a giant caramba, which was fucking an enormous, like oversized burrito with all kinds of shit in it. It was way too much food. And I see this like woman or this guy pull up first on a little bike and notice that he had a whole ass pillow in between his chest and the handlebars, almost that he could at any point kind of rest on it. So I was like, that's interesting. And, he kind of had the concrete critter vibe, kind of slightly dirty clothes, mismatched kind of get up. And he just pulled up and was just kind of loitering as you do. And you're kind of just looking at him, but you don't want to look too much at him. That whole dance that we do where we try to ignore them, but they're coexisting with us at the same time, but like in almost a different reality that's just like weird. And then up comes another bike and it's a girl and she just cruises on up to him, and they had like a prearranged meeting, and she had, I think, 3 grocery bags filled with God knows what. And they just start rifling through it together. And I'm like, get a look at this. And he's like, yeah, I know.
Are they trading? Like, are they
I don't
exchanging
know.
goods?
I think we saw some bartering happening, and then she
Yeah.
goes in there kind of, they're always kind of stressed, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oftentimes she walks stressed into the restaurant and maybe gets a water or something, and she comes back kind of quickly. And man, she had a funny shirt on. I can't remember. It was like a sexy Looney Tunes shirt or something,
Yeah.
dude. It was like
A sexy Looney Tunes shirt, so like a
Like
tight.
Lola Bunny or something?
I think it
Yeah,
was
what
like
do you mean?
Sexualized cartoon character, I think.
it was something like that,
oh.
bro. I'm honestly blanking the specifics of it, but it was funny. It was like vaguely sexual and it was like really dirty. But at one time that was like a cool, like maybe like Miami Beach, Florida shirt that she got, like
Okay.
2012-esque. Like
Yeah.
that was kind of the vibe.
It was like
And
Tasmanian devil with a huge cock or something like that.
it wasn't that extreme, but you know, and if that's what your mind takes you, I mean, I think that makes the story better.
Can you describe the like overall physical health appearance of the critters and like age,
Yeah.
yes, things like
The
that?
age-esque is always like 25 to 45. You really can't tell.
Yeah,
They
okay.
seemed kind of younger. The woman just kind of had the sunken eyes, very pale skin, and just that just kind of distressed look of just being, you know, crittering around, what that does to you. And
Kind of lizard-like.
almost lizard-like, yeah. And then she comes back out of the store. We're sitting outside here of the restaurant, and then they just go over by a tree that's kind of next to the sidewalk, and they just smoke a couple cigs, and then they biked off on the little merry way. I mean, they're there for probably 10 minutes, had a couple cigs, they had a little date, maybe exchanged some goods of questionable legality. But I was just talking to my friend. I was like, dude, I just want to like put a video camera on them for like a week and just see what happens, because I feel like it would be fascinating if we could really see what was going on in their life all the time.
Like
It's
a
just
modern
Quest.
day Jane Goodall.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude.
With critters. But it is, I feel like it's just quest nonstop. Like you just
Okay.
have
Yes.
missions throughout your life.
So for the pod, like I'm not, I would approach homeless people, or I'm sorry, so
On
sorry,
the street.
concrete critters with, you know,
You can call them homeless people,
I know, I'm
dude.
just joking. I'm just joking.
He means the unhoused.
Yes, bro. People who are experiencing homelessness.
Yeah.
So if I gave a GoPro or whatever with, you know, 48 hours of life
Yeah.
to 12 concrete critters and said, if you bring this back to me and I find footage on it that's like the duration of the battery life,
Mhm.
I'll pay you like $80. Like, what is it worth, and what's my return
Yeah.
on that?
You got to give them $50, and you got to give it to
50?
one guy only. You start off with one.
No, I don't know, man.
Bro, you have to
Barter
run
with
this.
goods.
Well, I'm saying the odds that one works is so low, so I think I'd want to cast a wider net. But
Yeah.
maybe proof of concept with one.
Yeah.
maybe.
That's a
So the
really good
issue is-
idea. Zach, go
Well,
ahead.
The issue is you have to give them more money than what the GoPro is worth, because I feel like a high percentage of them
Duh.
are going to go and sell the GoPro.
Such a good point, bro. Such a good
That's
point.
Yes.
the issue that you're going to run into.
Oh man, like bring them a GoPro and show them like a search of GoPro resale prices and be like, I will pay you this because I
Bro,
promise.
I'm just trying to think logistically, how are they going to know when to record? It's going to be terrible footage regardless, but you know what I mean?
Well,
Which
like
is
I
why
would
you
sort of
have
give
to
them
like
one to like carry it around on a stick, you know, and be like, if you give me whatever 3 hours of footage afterwards, like
Yeah.
here's the price of a GoPro.
Dude,
You could end up with some Snow on the Bluff type shit.
what is Snow on the Bluff?
Like you never saw that? It's like a OG Netflix documentary where it was like a POV style, like in the fucking hood, in the trap, like some real fucking street dudes in there just like recording their antics, and they like go and
jeez.
like rob some people, and then there's like a shootout, and it just is like filmed in a very realistic way to make it seem like it was like 100% real, not a edited movie. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
What was it? Snow on the what?
Snow on the Bluff, I think was what it was called. I think our good friend Zach Jacobs put me onto it in high school.
And it's
Nice.
Snow on the THA. Snow on
I think
the-
so, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Can we get like a trailer for it that you can share or something like that?
I might
Maybe.
be able to pull something up. Yeah,
You might
yeah,
pull
I
something
think-
up.
I think I found something.
I have something fantastic for later too. Zach, you want to screen share and maybe share your sound?
One
Oh
second.
yeah, make sure he does that right.
Share screen.
We'll clean it up in post.
And then go to your settings and just do share sound.
Okay, share, and then
It's in the top on that little green toolbar.
Okay, right here.
Go to the view options.
And then just not here, the view options.
The very top of your screen, you should see the screen share options.
I see on stop shares. It's not this more right here.
Could be down low.
You got it down.
Live transcript, reactions, share sound.
There we go, dude.
I'm gonna need that for a video later, so I'm glad we got that.
Play that shit. Yep.
It'll be laggy for us.
See what
Fuck it, I'm gonna talk to him. Hey, what's going on?
I see it in your face. I got the good stuff.
All right now.
Cocaine, pills, whatever. You...
Oh, that's a meme.
I just have I got 5.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we do this.
And you want the two, what's that?
Well,
Yeah, 10 rolls.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
10
that's
rolls
something I can try.
Yeah, try this.
Try this.
Stupid, boy. I need to take it for a spin. Oh, I got to. Man, that motherfucker, that's some of that high power shit, shout. I know that motherfucker right there cost, shout. Yeah, they have you nothing to do it, but I'm talking no matter what happened, boy. Keep that motherfucker rolling, but don't never turn it off, no matter what.
Let me take you on the trip up the side of the fence where the hustle build hustle. Where the youngster get the bustin' for the stakes that you get. And the hustle
This was a real like thing.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, oh.
trying to make a living. I be damned if I take a piece of bread out the mouths of my tip. Government fucked up, so it's stop now living now.
See, it's either, this how this shit go in the street. Either you gonna be the one that doing it, or it gonna get done to you. You got to have one of them ways.
God damn. Ain't that the damn truth, though?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can do it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but that and just seeing what the critters are up to, I think it would be really cool as long as we could get diversified, like different scenes, you know, not just the same them just walking down one street with a bad camera angle and then it dies and that's how we get.
They walk to get a polar pop and that's it.
But that would be funny, even just that. If we did it one time and it was that,
Could be
it'd still
funny.
Yeah.
I think the move would be to like get one of our like very, very fringe friends to go like man on the street and be with them for a long time.
Go
like,
undercover.
dude, you gotta be
Undercover.
you gotta do 7 hours with this fool.
Undercover critter.
Undercover.
Oh wow! Wait, who can we convince to do that?
Well, Zach Jacobs came to mind.
Oh man, I don't know if he would.
No.
I haven't talked to him. in
Does
a couple
anybody
years.
have Cherokee Wolf's phone number?
I mean, that would just be a critter. That's not
Yeah.
undercover.
Or is he blowing his eyebrows off with fire?
Oh man. That's
Dude,
I feel
Philip
like
told
one-
me. Sorry, Philip told me that Cherokee Wolf came back to school one day and he was like, "Yeah, I blew up my truck this weekend and my eyebrows were burned off."
He did burn his eyebrows off. I saw it.
In a truck explosion?
Some fire accident.
Truck explosion, bro. He blew it up. Such an awesome like story, dude.
Some
Blew
sort
up
of
my
fire
truck.
accident. Dude, that reminded me of another Zach Jacobs documentary. It's called Ghost Ride the Whip. It is basically about
shit.
the hyphy movement out in East Oakland in like the 90s, early 2000s. So that's like a bunch of really good rappers came out of there. Like Mac Dre was the most famous one, but he's not as well known anymore. Like Too Short, E40. I mean, MC Hammer was one of those rappers, and they had just like their own style and way of doing shit. And like the signature one was Ghost Riding the Whip, which is basically putting your whip in neutral. You and your friends are in the car. You get out of the driver's seat. You just let that motherfucker roll around. And
let it
like,
coast.
you basically just like crip walk next to her. Like you're just sitting like dancing next to the car, moving and shit like that. Well, I found the trailer for that. I might not play the whole thing.
Some
but,
big ass rims.
dude, no, it is just the way that they live their life is pretty incredible. And it's not quite as fringe as or like, you know, the one we watched, but I mean, it still seems like it's it's still pretty different than what a lot of the shit Netflix puts out now.
Okay.
The documentary is just called Ghost Ride. I'll just play just like maybe a minute of it.
Ghost Ride the Whip. We just dumb out here in the Bay. No energy.
You're Ivy.
E40.
Ivy is a
Okay.
culture.
We've been doing this for years.
That's awesome.
That's how we get out, man. I ghost ride the whip real slow.
After this crunk dies down, Hyphy's gonna take it over.
I is down with this, repping the baby, you know it's my side been forgot about, and that's what I'm hot about. We on a whole different lingo up out here. Yeah, they do.
You got stunner say, gas brake, ghost riding the whip.
Yeah, that I mean.
White eyebrows.
That Gray is the starter of this whole hypey movement.
That is dope, dude.
Yeah, no, it's the hyphy movement. That's basically like them just rolling on ecstasy. Like that's just.
I mean, ecstasy is definitely tight.
Yeah, they were old school like ecstasy pill days back, like ecstasy pill shit back in the day. They were something else. Another Zach Jacobs documentary recommendation.
That's awesome.
Love some docs, dude. I haven't watched a good documentary in a minute, I feel like.
Not enough stimulation.
Yeah, I'm bored, dude. I want to see like explosions. I want to see Marvel characters. I want to watch She-Hulk.
Dude,
Screen cuts. Fast screen cuts.
She's such a strong, independent woman.
Dude, she twerks in an episode. Did you see that one?
I haven't watched.
And Marvel guy fans are raging, dude. They're pissed. They hate her They hate She-Hulk twerking.
Was it because she didn't do it well, or?
Dude, it's because it's not canon, bro.
I want to hear She-Hulk.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear her stance on abortion. How does She-Hulk feel about abortion? Where does she stand on Roe v. Wade?
Wow.
I feel like, kind of like that.
Stance on abortion.
That's her stance on abortion. Yeah.
Wide set with a firm base.
I think I had a good Snapchat at your house, Zach, about stance on abortions using that.
Dude.
Yeah.
That guy Jack has been on that. Dude, real fucked up. That guy actually, like a year later, was shot and killed in Indy on a road rage incident.
Yeah, you told me
Wow.
that.
Yeah, dude.
What was his name?
His name was Jack Shockey, or Jake Shockey. Sorry.
Yeah.
But buddies from IU. Well, I knew him from my ex-girlfriend Darby. That was like kind of their friend group. But yeah, dude, it's just he was on the south side of Indianapolis. It was like at 7 a.m. Some road rage incident, and he pulled into a McDonald's to get his breakfast, and the dude just got out and shot him.
Fuck.
Straight the fuck up. Fucked up, dude.
I hate that we have to do this transition, but speaking of McDonald's, I have a really good video to show.
Transition.
I mean, this is some
It's
legendary
what Jake
shit.
would have wanted.
I think that's what, like,
I mean, you can't tee it up any better.
Speaking of McDonald's.
I think that this is the best case scenario.
That's master MCing right there.
Yeah. I'm going to fix this in post. How do you get to the fucking sound settings? I can never do it.
Oh, nothing like desktop.
You just told
Instagram.
Zach how to do it.
I know. Shit.
So the share bar that's either up top or down low, there should be a more button with 3 little dots.
We'll edit it in post.
Dude, it's advanced sharing options.
Advanced.
Share sound. There we go. I always forget how to do it. Okay, here we go, guys. Oh, I can't hear anything. Can you hear it?
You have an.
Yeah, yep. Oh, you had it for a second.
Can you live with knowing you never tasted McRib sauce? You have until November 20th to decide during the McRib Farewell Tour. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You still have time to taste a saucy McRib.
still have
the
time,
McRib
guys.
Farewell Tour
How am I
ends
gonna
November
live?
20th.
And this is
My
posted
mouth
on the
is
official
watering.
GSTV Instagram.
Oh, really?
I mean, this is gas station TV, folks.
Oh, I couldn't even tell. No way.
Bro, I'm the only
Can you
comment.
live with
Let's fucking go. I literally put like fire emojis. I think I put that and they liked my like, dude, these people are reachable.
They're appreciating your engagement, dude.
Yes.
They have no love on their Instagram.
But bro, here we go. Here's the stats. A tire retailer drove almost 10% behavioral lift in visitation from gas station TV ads, bro.
This is a horrible statistic. Like the way they wrote this is so
And it only cost him $50,000 in marketing.
Yeah, bro. I got 150K incremental store visits via programmatic campaigns, son.
Wow. Yeah.
Damn, programmatic.
I just love going on their page and just seeing
I love
like,
Buddy at the end there with the one without the highway. Go back to that picture.
yep.
Where'd he go? Old buddy, yeah.
This is. I've seen him before. He's the GSTV Poon Hound.
Wait, is that a martini in his hand?
Boing.
Yeah, he's boing, dude.
Drinking a martini.
Oh yeah,
Where's
they're
he at?
fun.
Is that him in the back?
Yeah, dude, he's scheming. Undercover boss. I mean, these guys, they post their little conference trade shows. I feel like there was a really good picture that I sent to Zach about a GSTV Poon Hound, but I can't even really find it. So,
have you ever DM'd him, Thomas? I feel like with how little engagement they get.
I haven't yet. I feel like
You should ask them to pay you some money for an ad on your guys' podcast.
Bro, I would do it for free. I already do it for free.
Well, so the long-term ploy is we get a very small following and then we pitch a skit to GSTV. And if this podcast ever gets on GSTV, like we can retire.
Yeah.
Honestly, the goal of this podcast is to become the #1 podcast at every gas station in America. And I feel like no one else is cornering that market.
I haven't heard anyone mention it.
I love catching up with sports at the pump. You know, I love looking at Maria Menouñez's hot tips of the week.
I will drive farther and waste more gas because my gas station pump has a 9-inch television screen.
I swear.
I do that all the time.
Dude, the next thing is going to be like clickbait, political, like trigger stuff at the gas pump. You're going to be filling up and you're going to be getting fucking triggered by political content.
Yes.
Dude, it's already almost there. I mean, like, especially earlier this year when gas prices were like really, really high, all the Biden stickers next to the prices.
Dude, he did it. Yeah.
Those are funny.
Matt, what's your take on our current political landscape and Joe Biden as a whole?
All I know is every person in Southern Indiana who I talk to about it, they generally say, name one person who voted for Biden. I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's a good point.
It's a strong point.
It's a strong point.
Oh, man.
That's all you need to know, really.
That's so great.
He's not a man of the people.
When
No.
you think about it like that.
He's definitely not a man of the concrete critters.
No, dude.
I think if you pulled the concrete critters, over 90% would support Trump.
Wow, that's another great thing we could do.
Yep.
What are the political beliefs of the critters? Oh, wow.
I guarantee you that you would have a strong support for Donald Trump.
You think they would
in
support
that
Donald Trump?
population.
I really don't know. What
I feel
they
like-
would say some great shit.
I feel like they'd be like, I'm hungry.
They would probably say that Polar Pops were cheaper under Donald Trump.
That's true, bro.
Yeah.
They were cheaper.
This is $1.29 bullshit.
Yeah.
They were 79 cents.
I just sat down my basket next to the checkout section, kind of underneath where the bagger will stand, you know, but usually they don't stand in your basket. But this woman, unfortunately, didn't see my basket and stepped into it and trapped herself in there. And the lady scanning my items had to help her out. And she was, you know, mentally challenged, retarded. And I felt bad, but it was really funny.
You snagged
And-
one.
Hold on, wait. Maybe I missed it, but more logistical questions about this. So you were checking out at like a self-checkout thing.
No, I was at an actual aisle.
Oh, and you just had your basket on the ground, and
Yeah,
somebody tried to
so
block-
there was you kind of just like you don't know really where to put him, and if there's not already a stack formed, you kind of just leave it on the ground sometimes.
Uh-huh.
That's
Okay,
what I
yeah.
do at least. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to take it out.
Underneath the conveyor belt.
Exactly. And she just stepped into it and got trapped in it. And so I didn't see that there. And was just struggling. And yeah, dude, it was kind of fucked, but kind of
Well,
funny.
at least you practice catch and release.
Yeah, we practice catch and release here. You know, we let them go.
That's good. You're
I mean, they
following
need
the
to-
local gaming laws.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need to have a chance to grow up and, you know, get larger.
It's about the thrill of the catch, not the kill.
Dude, it is great though that those people can always just find a job at the grocery store.
Wait, was this retard working there?
Yeah, she was working.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, she was the bagger, dude. She was the bagger. So it was a 2-woman job. It was the scanner and it was the bagger. And she was bagging me up. Got a little tripped up. I said, "Hey, don't worry about it. I got it," And then the scanner lady had to help her out of there.
She had to de-snare the trap.
And we had a little chuckle as I was walking out, and she kind of had a little moment there.
It's okay to be silly.
Yeah,
we're just having fun.
Good for you. Yeah.
We're just having a good time. I was buying some double XP Modern Warfare Mountain Dew. Could rank it up. Matt, where have you been, bro? I haven't seen you on the new game.
I just downloaded it last night, so I'll be on shortly. Gonna be leveling it up. Gonna get that noob tube out. I'm gonna get the haters pissed.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any grenade launchers yet in the game. There's definitely
Basir told me that the noob tube's pretty good in this game, especially versus the last game.
I haven't even seen it on any of the guns, but I'm sure it's there somewhere.
The MK20 launcher is what it was in the last one. I don't know what it.
Yeah.
Might change it slightly.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, can you guys? Because I don't play any video games really. Zach, you don't play like new Call of Duty, do you?
No. I got some multiple game systems, but that's it.
Yeah. So what's like the breakdown on the general public review of the new Call of Duty? What's different? Like what do people love? What do people hate?
I could speak on that. So it's like it sold like over $1 billion in the first couple days. So overall, like a lot of people are buying it, but sentiments are they changed the movement from the first one, so there's less like crazy cracked out energy you can do of like sliding around corners that people kind of don't like.
Okay.
The guns feel really good. They're powerful, but you die really fast. So people are saying, "Oh, if I'm not good, if I'm not on target, I'm dying a lot." And they didn't ship the game with a way to look at your stats. So like you can't look at any challenges and you can't look at your stats. So people are like, what the fuck? But at the same time, like some of the best guns they've released recently, and there's a really cool like camo grind. So a lot of people are happy about the actual challenges to get your camouflages and gold camos on your gun. So it's like kind of a mixed game. Like overall the gameplay is good and the foundation is really good, but there's like a lot of missing features that people are upset about. So it'll be interesting to see like kind of how they iron out those bugs. But I'm having fun with it, dude. I'm having a great time, It's really all about who you're playing with and your attitude. You could bitch and complain about it all day, or just be like, dude, it's actually not that bad, and hopefully they'll fix some shit, but I'm just gonna shoot people in the head and just chill with my friends.
Yeah. How's this doing overall for Army recruiting? Have we gotten those stats yet? Like, is Army recruiting
the real important
Call of
thing?
Duty?
That's a really good question. I mean,
who's the enemy in this one?
It's the cartel and
Nice.
terrorism.
Nice.
So
Really?
Yeah, it's like the ultimate team up. We kind of talked about this
Wow.
briefly with T. Farley, but the campaign's pretty raw, dude. Al-Qatala, which is like Al-Qaeda, fucking teams up with
Al-Qatala.
yeah, Al-Qatala. Yeah, who is that, dude?
Yeah,
Who could they be? I don't know.
Name drop Al Qaeda.
They're too scared, bro. They're not woke enough.
Oh, they've got it trademarked, or they could have been facing lawsuit.
They are on Twitter, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, let's tweet Al Qaeda, dude. That sounds like a great idea. Hey, you guys gonna come on the podcast?
They'll issue a fatwa, and you'll end up getting stabbed.
Dude, Luhan will come to my
publicly.
house and fucking take me in a plastic bag.
Have you guys
There's
seen
worse
the
ways
picture
to
of the
go.
Taliban guy in the Kobe jersey?
No.
Oh my God.
But I need to see it right now. Hey, I'm also Thomas Farley's ready for tips with Tom whenever, and I told him I think we should have a little bit of politics talk with maybe Thomas and Matt.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just have Thomas Farley like say his general thoughts on politics, and you gotta respond.
And then we'll respond.
Yeah, because it won't make any. It'll be great. It'll be
Fun.
Overthrow your local government.
Maybe I shouldn't be Googling Taliban guy in Kobe jersey on my work computer, but whatever.
I just searched Al Qaeda.
I think that the Call of Duty people really missed a good opportunity with the whole Ukraine-Russia situation.
Right?
They could have had you playing in the campaign as Vladimir Zelensky.
I think the development time was, dude. I mean, at the very last mission, there's a pretty crazy little nod to a very famous Modern Warfare 2 mission. Won't spoil that for you.
I guess this is it. Maybe
wow, is this real?
That legit? Like,
is real?
Dude, that's so sick.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
Okay. The idea of him shooting that and screaming Kobe is
Kobe
so
RPG. Yeah, dude, that's got to be the first fucking top comment reply on that.
No doubt.
So Zach, did you ever have any scumbag of the week that you wanted to pull up?
Yeah. So something new that I want to start is scumbag of the week. We'll see how this week goes and just see if it sticks. I do have kind of a little bit more. This is more of a historical one. Just moving forward, I like the idea of just like, I don't know, you find some new scumbag, somebody who just did something scummy. But this one, he's a scumbag for sure, but he also did some pretty cool shit. So the guy I want to highlight this week is Mayor Vincent Buddy Cianci, who was the mayor of Providence in the 70s to the 80s, and then a stint in the 90s too. Let me just for reference show you guys kind of what he's all about. Second here.
Let's see this shit.
So this is Mayor Vincent Buddy Cianci. This is my favorite picture of him. He's just kind of wheeling and dealing, doing shit in a bar in downtown Providence. Literally like to have a good. He was a smooth bitch. Yeah, he ran. The thing about it, like he ran Providence like a straight up mob. So.
Dude, he's wearing a toupee, right? Like in those older pictures, that's totally fake hair.
Yeah. He's totally wearing a toupee. I don't know what the point. I didn't do research enough to know when he went from being bald to like
when that transition was.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, real quick, Zach, give a 5-second breakdown of Scumbag of the Week for Matt.
Okay, so Scumbag of the Week, basically the new segment that I'm trying to pioneer. It's basically just find some scumbags, somebody that's either done something scummy in the past or is currently doing something scummy, and just highlight the dude being a scumbag. It's an open-ended term.
Fucking scumbag.
He's not a complete scumbag, but he's definitely done some scummy things. Because like this guy, Mayor Buddy Cianci, he was the mayor of Providence from 75 to 84, and then again from 91 to 02. Pretty big gap in his mayoral, candidacy, right? I wonder why that is. So basically, he won his first mayoral race in his early 30s. That was the 75 one. His whole thing was, so a little background on Providence. So massive mob town that a lot of people don't know about, especially like in the 40s through early 70s. So they were actually the third biggest mob conglomerate in the country, only behind New York and Chicago. Yeah,
damn.
Providence, Rhode Island. It was ran by this guy, Raymond Patriarca, who again,
Patriarca. What?
A feminist worst nightmare.
Oh no.
God, dude. I'll get you a little picture of old Raymond.
That's a fucking guy right there.
That's a wise guy.
That's a fucking scumbag.
That's a fucking scumbag.
This guy, yeah, like I said, he was running the third biggest mob faction in the country, right?
Jeez.
Like basically information about him. He just ran everything from like his little stoop in this Italian district in Providence called Federal Hill, just like wearing a wife beater, smoking a cigarette. He did a couple stints in prison. Apparently his prison setup was like choice. He had his main capo that he was sharing his cell with. He would get dipped in frequently, have his friends come visit, cigarettes, fucking hookers come through. Like he was running the shit. Whole main reason is because the guards that were around all this, they didn't want anything to happen to their family. And they knew that his reach was like way far outside of prison. He was running everything. So this was the scene in Providence. It was basically just like some no-name town that was run by the mob. So Buddy eventually runs in his early 30s on this like anti-corruption stance, basically like, hey, we're going to clean Providence up. Like we're going to get the mob out. Like we're going to do things the right way. So he's losing the race pretty, not significantly, but he's definitely losing. So what he does is immediately his first move is to make a deal with mobsters, the guys who these mobsters were working for the city as city officials. That was kind of the thing, is like the mob was really entitled to the city. So like they would make deals with officials and then like get these mobsters full-time jobs with the cities to like be legit. So one of their jobs was to handle ballots, and basically Buddy made a deal with them to get a couple of their other friends jobs, and they misplaced about 2,000 ballots.
Nice.
Where'd they go?
Where'd they go?
I don't know. And then Buddy ends up winning by 700 votes from doing
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, dude. And so a couple guys got jobs, whatever. So this guy was forced to resign not once, but twice due to felony charges. So the first one, this was in 84. And again, there was a gap from 84 to 91 where he wasn't the mayor. So the first one, and he has his mob faction of a, city just like in full effect. So one of his other city officials who definitely he just hired on because he was one of his friends, but had a really high ranking like position to do with contracts or something like that. He got a hunch. He just basically got a call that this guy was fucking his wife, right? So what Buddy does, he has the highest ranking judge in the city of Providence over, and like one of the cops and I think his lawyer over to his house. And Buddy's freaking out. He's getting drunk. He's just like, he's causing up a scene. These guys are trying to calm him down. So what he eventually does, he calls this guy who he thinks is fucking his wife. And is like, hey, motherfucker, show up to the house in 1 hour. Like, we got to talk about this. And the guy was like, all right, I'll do it. About 2 hours later, so enough time for Buddy to just get nice and hammered. The guy ends up coming over, the cop and the judge walk him in, and Buddy just starts beating shit out of the guy. Just like straight up, he just starts like assaulting him in front of this cop and this judge. He has a lit cigarette. He puts it out on the dude's eye. Like on his fucking eye. I think the eyelid was closed, but he legitimately puts a cigarette on this dude on suspicion, on a phone call that he's fucking his wife. That is it, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
and where it kind of escalates and dies down from that, he gets a log from his fire and chucks it at the guy and just barely misses him.
Jesus.
And that's when they're like, all right, enough's enough. Cop drives the guy home, and that's that. So he gets felony charges for kidnapping and torturing a man, were his charges. He serves a suspended sentence, so doesn't actually see jail time. It's like 5 years or something like that. And then in 91, he runs again and wins.
That's so
perfect.
awesome.
Dude,
I mean, torture, the charge of torture, that was unreasonable.
He was fucking his wife. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna fucking
what's
do?
What's the torture? He put a cig out in his eye?
The bar is pretty low these days, I guess, for torture.
Yeah.
I guess so, man.
But yeah, dude.
Should I tell? Sorry,
he won it by just like he won votes one handshake at a time. Like he was a fucking really good politician. Like every season, every year when Little League season opened, he would go to the games and basically get pictures with all of the kids and send them to the parents to like put on their mantle and stuff like that. Like he was real fucking. He would take individual calls to like fix potholes and street lights and shit. And he was just like he was a real smooth talking motherfucker.
Man of the people.
Yeah, I got a couple videos of just him just kind of shooting this shit. I don't even know necessarily what's on these.
That hair, dude, I can't get over it.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Awesome.
So fair.
Reputation for ourselves with an arts district. So in addition to that, we've taken the long, hard road. The private sector has joined in. Look at this ice rink. 5 new hotels being built.
Look at the ice rink.
Center. We've invested in a remodeled and renovated civic center.
Say Hartford's so low they'll pay anything. Just
That guy.
Dude, so fun. And then this one, this video is just called Vincent Cianci, Politics and Pasta. So
I like that.
Oh my God.
The guy, this is when he does his autobiography. This guy just asked him a question, and Buddy just starts ranting and ranting and ranting. I will play a little bit of it, but like you'll get the gist of who he is.
First, to ask you, why the book and why now?
Well, first of all, let me thank you for inviting me. This is one of the few free speeches I've given in the past few years.
We appreciate it.
They called me and they asked me, do you believe in free speech? I said, of course. They said, well, you're giving one.
That's good.
So, at any rate, why did I write the book? Well, I'm not on the front line anymore. I'm on the back line. I have a lot of interesting anecdotes and a storied career, ups, downs. It's a story of perseverance. And I felt that I wanted to
perseverance.
Into writing that not in rebuttal. It's not a rebuttal against another book that was written about
and I think
me.
this rant on its own just goes on for like 5 minutes. The other guy get a word in. Like he talks and talks and talks. I'm trying to think if I had anything else on him. Oh yeah, I've highlighted a lot of his like scummy stuff. Oh yeah, one more really scummy thing he did. So during his first stint as mayor, the city started with like a $300,000 deficit or something like that. Not bad. In the middle of that, he's like, all right, I'm doing really well. Let's go run for governor. And by that point, the city had racked up, I think, a $14 million deficit.
Damn.
because of so much shit he was doing for the city, like building, buildings, like I said, like the ice rink, shit like that. So his plan was just to go win the governor race and just leave that problem for the next guy. And he's on record just like saying it like this.
That's great, dude.
Yeah,
Smart man.
Yeah, so he's master politician, definitely a scumbag, but also did some really like he turned Providence, and this is from people that were living there, like from just a pass-through town on your way to like Boston or Cape Cod to like legit destinations. Like he did some cool.
You gotta
like,
spend money to make money.
Telling you, dude.
Gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, baby.
Yes,
Come on now.
I was gonna say that.
Yep.
So for
Should
that,
I have
reason,
Thomas Farley hop on?
Bro, get him fucking in here. I want to get into the
let's get
politics.
political.
Zach, did you have a wrap up line?
No, dude, that's it. That's the reason why Buddy Cianci's my scumbag of the week. So real interesting character.
I like that, dude. That's a good
I'm
fucking
here
segment.
for it. Keep it coming.
I like the
All my boys
stories.
scumbags. There's there's a lot of them out there.
Next week, we want to know about Mr. Patriarcha.
Yes, dude. Next up.
Dude,
Well, that's
that
the
name.
we do want to do a mob episode, not the Goblin and the Ghoul, the Gabba and the Ghoul.
The Goblin and the Ghoul. It's a spin-off show.
There you go. There you go.
So we'll do some more digging on him too.
Farley will hop on just a sec.
Sick.
Yeah, dude.
Wait.
Fuck yes.
Matt, you never met Thomas Farley, have you?
No, no.
Oh, this will be interesting.
He's a cat and a half.
He's definitely a cat in the hat.
Yeah. Hey, next week though, we need to pitch. Someone needs to do our first skit idea for gas station TV. We'll just keep a running list of different skits, and I'll write like the general premise of them down each week.
For sure.
Didn't we have a group chat where we kind of spitballed a lot of them?
I feel like
A
we
little
did.
bit, yeah, probably.
I've been in a couple group chats in my life. Hey!
What up, Farley?
How are we doing, gamers?
What's
Yeah,
up,
bro,
fool?
how
Let
are
me pin
you?
your ass.
Gamers rise up. Incels
Gamers
are
rise
oppressed.
up, guys. Two of the most powerful political parties in the world are gamers and birders.
That is
Birders?
true.
Birders, dude. If you look at bird law, if you want like a pipeline, you're gonna have to get through bird law. Like,
100%.
Facts.
it's just green energy essentially.
Yo, Thomas. First off, I think we just go straight into tip of the freaking day. What's the tips with Tom?
Okay. Yeah.
What are
I
we
do have a-
feeling?
This is very relevant to the election. Tip of the day: eat the rich, burn the witch.
Okay.
Eat the rich, burn the witch.
I like that, dude.
Eat the
Yeah.
rich, burn the witch.
Yes.
Interesting. Wait, where did witches rank on our list of scariest things?
Here, I saw your guys' pod there. It was
Yeah, I think witches were like A tier, bro.
Yeah, I
in terms
think
of
they were.
monsters.
And dude, there's a lot of witchcraft out there.
I feel like you've been getting into the dark arts a little bit, T.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a wizard. Guys. When you hook up with a spirit, when you have
Bro, I'm clipping that little story time together, hooking up with a ghost. I feel like it was the best episode name. Just right there.
That was hooking up with a ghost, dude.
So clickbait.
Yeah, so horny. So
Dude,
T, what? No, go ahead, Zach.
Steve.
You're good.
Oh! I was gonna say just last thing on witches. Dude, they're scary because so many chicks nowadays want to be witches. Like it's in my opinion kind of growing a lot, dude. And like they're not very good ones, but like I feel like a couple of them are gonna break through and like actually get into some dark arts. And I do not want to cross a chick that like some wannabe witch that's picked up a trick or two.
So put a hex on you.
Yeah.
Dude,
I feel like
I don't know if you guys have seen my most recent YouTube. Maybe T-Fin will put a link right here. It's literally a wizard battle, and I burn the witch's stuff, and then the cops come because the fire gets too large. But yeah, that was entertaining. It was definitely some spells being casted. I think ultimately I won that battle, but it was hard fought.
A little pyromancy.
Yeah, exactly.
Battling witches, doing the Lord's work.
I guess, dude. I mean, the witches are certainly on the Snapchat news page. They're certainly influencing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually working on a graph, as it were. Basically, we have bird on one section, and then a witch on the other section. And I'm trying to find the difference between a bird and a witch.
What are your notes so far?
So, for example, like a witch will never get cold. A witch will never get cold. She'll like go out in like skanky clothing in the winter. She's not cold.
Whore.
Because they're always cold.
Yeah, and if she's a witch, if like you wake up and she's like cutting the lock of your hair.
Happens
Because
all the
birds
time.
wouldn't do that. A bird wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest like red flags for witches, I'd say.
Okay.
You know, so I will say, sad girls are more likely to be a witch.
Right.
But not always a witch, because you know I do like sad girls. But
Fair.
Yeah. It's just like, a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle ain't a square.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like if you have a septum of any kind, like little nose piercing, you're most likely into witchcraft.
Yep.
Crystals,
Fair
at
to
least.
say.
Crystals.
See, I like the crystal chicks. There can be crystals that are like good crystals, and then
Good blowjob crystal. That's definitely one of the powers.
Yeah. So I'm still working on all the data. I'm still crunching the data, but that is in the works.
One thing to look into, I feel like there's a distinct number of tapestries that a girl owns that puts her just like a normal chick. Honestly, probably just like a slut to a witch. Like I'd say if I had to guess, like 1 to 3 tapestries is you're just a slut. 3+, you're a witch. I feel like there's a hard number somewhere in there.
Man, that's so true, dude.
I think more than 2, bro. Personally,
so?
If they're large wall sized.
Yeah.
Size is part of that equation.
Oh, maybe it's square footage of tapestry.
This is a blanket. This is not a tapestry. So I'm classy here. The Dale Earnhardt commemorative blanket.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I mean, here's the thing. I think there's a negative connotation to being a witch, and I think we should burn the witches. But wizards, on the other hand, I think those people are valid.
Right.
So I mean, you're allowed a tapestry, I'd say, Tifa.
Yeah.
On site facts, dude. I appreciate that.
No, there's no good witches. There's good wizards. There's wizards of light. Yeah, but there's no good
Gandalf. Yep.
Dumbledore.
Yep.
Just people from movies.
Aragon.
Yes.
Merlin.
Yeah,
Merlin was there.
Yeah.
He was there.
Do we have any?
There's Wicked Witch of the West.
Not good.
Not good. You have all the Salem witches.
Oh, they all deserve to die.
Burn the witch.
Bro, do you guys know about fucking Aleister Crowley?
What?
This dude was an actual like wizard back in the day.
All right, what was he up to?
Yeah, I'll share his Wikipedia.
Aleister.
This guy was into like sex magic basically. And
hot.
Yeah, dude, he kind of was like formed the New Age occult from like the late 1800s to the early 1900s. But dude, yeah, he was.
So he was doing it before the Kinsey guy was doing it here at IU.
Yeah, I searched sex wizard guy occult, and that's how I found who he was. But yeah, this guy was up to some shit, bro.
So was he just doing this
wizardry?
to get poon? Was this just like a poon ruse?
I don't really know what he was up to. He was obsessed with like just the occult in general and like
power
and kind of like I think he was involved in different cults and just the sex became part of that for him and was just he was like famously like bisexual. And that was very frowned upon, obviously, back in the day. So he's just one of these characters that just like really delved into the dark arts and is like, there's like YouTube videos that are like 45 minutes long on this dude. If you just want something to fucking just like hear some crazy shit.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good title. Famously bisexual.
Famously bisexual. Yeah,
you're not just bisexual. You're famously bisexual.
This is bi before it was cool to be bi. Was this 1840?
Yeah. Bro, this was like 1890 at least, something like that.
It's actually the year my house was built, the birdhouse.
Really?
A lot of history, a lot of spirits.
Right. So, boys, T, what do you think has been going on in this recent political landscape? The red wave. We didn't see it. Come on.
Yeah, what happened to it? Where did it go?
Well, I think people kind of forgot about COVID in general.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking
So
of, I got COVID last week. What the fuck, dude? I
likely have COVID right now. I just refuse to test. I'm like,
yeah.
and I didn't get sick or anything. I tested positive. Like, who the fuck gets COVID right now? Like, that's the dumbest shit in the world. I'd avoided this.
COVID is fake. COVID like money is fake, in my opinion.
Yeah, big time.
Fair.
Hold on, go back to what happened with the red wave. Why didn't it happen because of COVID, Thomas?
Okay, so let's just break down some of the stats here. I think 73% of the electorate was white.
Maybe
we have 11% of the electorate was black. I think, which is actually pretty good because black people only make up 13% of the population. So in terms of turnout, they were very high. The Latino vote, and Latinos are generally, I think this is kind of the key. They only turned out at 11% rate. And I think in general, their population is about 20%, and a lot of Latinos are actually Republican. So I think that the Latino bump definitely would have made the red wave happen.
So what you're saying is that the Latinos dropped the ball.
Well, the Latinos didn't show up. If you wanted a red wave,
what were they doing, bro?
They
Playing
were,
Call of Duty?
They were just like, who the fuck are these white people? And this is also kind
fair.
Yeah. Who are these? Like, you want me to get out and vote? If you look at like demographics by age, I think it was like 14% of people voted in the ages of 18 and 24, and then it was like 15% for 25 to like 32.
Pretty standard, I feel like.
People who voted were above the age of 55.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, really
elders.
What is nobody's excited about any political ideas, any political campaigners.
Yeah,
I think everyone is just kind of dissatisfied with the current political climate, the current political options, and we're just kind of like, well, it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? So I would say that is kind of where our current position is.
Yeah, that's a good way of summing it up.
I mean, when I vote,
what's up?
I just flip a coin for every time I vote. Like, okay, should this judge in the 11th district stay in office? Let's flip a coin.
I did the same thing, bro. When it comes to judges retaining their seat, you got to give it up to chance on that one.
Yeah.
It's only fair.
Dude, I voted for in Arizona. I voted for like the water commissioners. So I'm thinking, dude, like we need to corrupt our local water commissioners. Start paying them off.
I know the local water commissioner actually.
In Arizona.
In Colorado.
I feel like
what are they up to?
They're doing something, dude, with the chilled water plant. And I feel like we could get in there and start figuring some things out when it comes to these conspiracies. Because I think water, it really just kind of, flows under the bridge. Everyone's thinking Nancy Pelosi's trading account. Everyone's thinking Elon Musk's jet, where it's flying to. No one's thinking of the water commissioners and what they're doing. And think about it. How much water do you drink per day? Probably at least a little bit. Hopefully.
Just think about this from like the earth being like a being of its own, right? The water cycle, the water system, right? You have rainwater, goes in the lakes, it goes in the rivers, and then it goes back into the oceans. When you start putting up dams and you're not releasing enough water into the fresh water into the ocean, it's like the earth is holding its breath. I'm a very strong supporter of dams being the number one contributor to climate change.
Love it. Love it.
Big weather. They're all in conspiracy with each other. Dams, commissions, everything.
Bill Gates is at the head of the snake.
Bill Gates.
I could see that, bro. Fuck.
Where does the glitter shortage fall into all this?
Yes, bro. We got to talk about
No,
it.
what about the coin shortage? We need to get on Chipotle's ass.
Yeah,
Let
bro.
me,
What is the coin shortage?
Let me get the glitter shortage video up real quick. It's a real quick little TikTok.
Excellent.
It's all good content.
Can you tell me what your biggest fire is?
You're sharing the wrong screen, Zach.
I absolutely know.
Sick.
Doge, though.
We're just looking at your dogs.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. That's actually sick.
All right, let's try this again. So this basically context of this video is guy was talking to one of the largest glitter producers, like a representative from Glitter X. Basically, they're a glitter company. What else do you want to know?
Except for this woman. Can you tell me what your biggest fire is?
Oh,
witches.
Nice.
I absolutely know that I.
Okay, but you know what it is?
Oh God, yeah, and you'd never guess it. We should leave it at that.
Witchcraft.
It's a reenactment of a conversation between a New York Times journalist and a manager at one of the largest companies.
Glitter X.
Manager.
Why can't you tell me? She responds from a nondescript warehouse in suburban New Jersey.
Because they don't want anyone to know that it is glitter.
Thousands of people have been trying to solve this all across the world. They can't.
U.S. military.
And I will say there's some really strange nuances in the details here, but that's for another time. Because right now, the real answer.
So you're telling me we're putting like glitter in the bombs we're sending to Ukraine, and
we're making the Russian soldiers fabulous.
Yeah.
It's the gay bomb, dude.
That's the dirty bombs they're worried about.
Bombs.
That's the gayification of the military, dude.
Yes, bro. It's just they want to do a Twitter twerk challenge, and it's gay bombs the only way to get there.
Yeah, dude.
Zelensky needed the glitter. We sent it.
It's sissy hypno psyops, bro.
Thomas, did you make that meme you sent us about the military girl? Did you make that?
No, I did not. I wish I
That
did.
was a great meme, and
You should show the meme.
I think we can tie that back into witchcraft and how witches have been used throughout society, throughout history, to manipulate gamers.
Yes, dude.
Take control of their souls.
Distractions, truly.
Like, I don't know if you knew this in World War I, for example, if the government hired pretty birds, actually witches.
Succubi.
Yeah, they went around, they saw a dude on the street, they were like, hey, why are you such a pussy? And they would just make fun of him. So
Absolutely. I'll get this last picture of the e-girl propaganda. But guys, any final thoughts?
E-girl's a witch.
I mean, release the ego propaganda enlist
Dude,
today.
She's a hot witch. She's
We can't see the top of the text.
It just says, "Sir, the war effort has started. What should we do?" Doge, he's a good boy. Yeah.
Girl propaganda, aka witchcraft.
AKA witchcraft. So yeah, eat the rich, burn the witch. I like that, man. You guys have any final thoughts? Any closing ideas?
One last thing, Farley, do you have your tarot cards on you?
Oh.
Let's see. I got a deck.
So we got a little cute with the bets last time. So now we're just going for a money line bet.
You know why we lost that bet? It was witchcraft.
Yeah.
It was the lunar eclipse, bro.
This game we have the 4-5 Falcons at the 2-7 Panthers.
Hey Woods, will you grab me the deck? Yeah, we're on it. So yeah, Panther, is this Thursday night?
Yeah, Thursday night. Yep. Starts in 30 minutes.
Another spirit parlay.
No, I think let's just do money line, dude, because we got too cute with the parlay. Let's just try to see who's gonna win this game.
Okay. Yeah, guys, if you guys want to see the full spirit parlay, just check out Art and Anarchy. We break down all the games, and we lose money, and we call the gambling hotline.
Perfect.
So check out Art and Anarchy.
Can we subscribe to Art and Anarchy yet on any podcast platforms?
You know what? We are working with our boy Kobe, so that's going to be. By the time this is out, I think likely you'll be able to subscribe everywhere.
Perfect.
All right, so the Falcons at the Panthers.
What's the spread?
2.5, but we're just gonna try to go for a money line here. See who's gonna win this thing.
All right. Falcons are favored, right?
Yeah.
I keep losing money on the Panthers. I don't know what it is, but Spirit really likes Carolina.
Good to know.
All right, let's hear it. Who's gonna win, bro?
Spirit, give us the answer. Falcons versus Carolina. We got the strength reversed.
Oh,
that means the underdog. That kind of means Carolina. Let's keep going.
Definitely.
Okay.
Queen of Swords.
Shit.
Fuck.
Like competition. And the Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh.
So I don't really hold up. We're gonna do some. Should the strength card be reversed? Let's find out.
Oh.
It should be. So
Wow, all right.
Wheel of Fortune. Should it be reversed? It says no. So Wheel of Fortune, regular up, strength reversed. Queen of Swords. I say bet on Carolina, bet on the underdog. That is the Spirit money line call for Thursday Night Football.
Damn.
Okay.
Panthers.
Dude, honestly, I like that bet. I really do.
It makes a lot of sense to me. I can't argue with it.
It's in the heart of the cards, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I think we're going to call it a show after all that. A little short, but we went to a lot of cool places. Matt, appreciate you coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'd love to do a part 2 and maybe get more into the weeds of the ranch life, farm talk. But Tom, good to have you too, buddy. Yes. And guys, that's it. So we'll see you next week in 2 weeks.
Cool.
Signing out.
Eat the rich, burn the witch.
Yep.
Grab a goal.